twisters have just focused in on Hiccup here, who's hanging on the cliff there. And then they folded back their wings, this is the tongue twisters, and dived the prey drive. What a beautiful sight if Hiccup had only been in the state of mind to appreciate it. It's a shame he was hanging by only one blanket strand off the highest cliff in the archipelago at the time. But the prey drive is a glorious feat of aerial acrobatics where the dragon goes into free fall with its wings folded back, and to see a swarm of gigantic dragons performing this simultaneously, so vertically and so close to the hard way of Angry Mountain that their wings were practically skimming this cliff itself at the dead of night time, well, I can tell you that would have been a privilege and a pleasure. The kind of sight to see before you die. And frankly, if you see this kind of sight, the likelihood is you're going to die pretty soon anyway. The lead dragon opened his jaws as the dragons came streaming down at Hiccup, who made a final wild wriggling swing back onto the cliff at the last minute, and the entire swarm of dragons missed him and carried on, unable to stop in their brilliant dive down the cliff. Hiccup scrabbled round wildly, desperately trying to get a foothold on the glass smooth rock face. He could feel his fingers sliding slightly down on what was left of the hammock. He couldn't hold on much longer, but there was nothing for his feet to grip on, and he swung out again over the dizzying drop. Meanwhile, Toothless was bouncing up and down on the Windwalker's stomach, desperately trying to get him to wake up. Well, wake up! Wake up! Oh, Toothless, I'll grind your bones into broth, yelled the little dragon. Wake up, you lolloping lazy-bones loser! The Windwalker's snores were happier and more contented than ever. Look at little Toothless trying to wake up the Windwalker. In his dreams, he was flitting happily from tree to tree, and a dear little butterfly was gently tickling his stomach with its dear little butterfly wings. Fishleg tried to get himself out of his hammock to help, but his foot got stuck in one of the ropes. Clang! The 50th dragon, another tongue twister, having screech bark hit past Hiccup at 150 miles an hour, did a lightning last-minute breakneck turn, gripping onto the cliff with the hooks on the ends of its wings. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant flying skills. With eyes firmly set on Hiccup, the tongue twister rapidly began to haul itself by its wings across the cliff towards the dangling and seemingly helpless Hiccup. Toothless had given up bouncing on the Windwalker's stomach and was now heaving with all his tiny strength, trying to nudge the happily snoring Windwalker off the ledge in the hope that it would bring him to his senses. Oh, don't go, dear little butterfly, whispered the Windwalker in his dreams, blowing reproachful, crooning smoke rings. Stay with me, little fluttery one, and we'll dance the flower dance together. Oh, dear Windwalker. Hiccup, you fool, shouted Snotlout, hanging on by his hand to the tree a couple of feet below. Do something for once in your life. I can't hold on much longer. But Hiccup had problems of his own. Screeched Hiccup as the tongue twister crawled back like ever closer, and as it opened its mouth he could see the dreadful muscly hairy trunk lurking slug-like in its depths. In the depths, the dragon's alligator jaws snapped open, and its horrible tongue snaked out and around Hiccup's sword, dragging Hiccup's left hand with it off the rope. The dragon shifted its grip a moment, and shivering with revulsion, Hiccup felt the tongue curling round his whole arm. Ping! Another strand of the blanket broke, leaving him dangling by only the tiniest thread above the drop. The dragon paused, preparing to twist off Hiccup's arm with their sword. Yucky. Look, and he's got his horrible tongue wrapped around Hiccup's sword arm. Gross. Chapter 1. Oh, chapter 2 is called Why They Were There in the First Place. So we're going to have to leave Hiccup dangling with the tongue twister. Oh, yuck. We'll have the next bit tomorrow.